and finally waved his hand dismissively. Dark energy coiled from his fingertips, and the dancers vanished in an instant. A faint, fleeting cry echoed before being swallowed by the profound silence of the keep, leaving only swirling shadows in the air where they had stood. The silence was broken only by the soft clink of glass as Grimzar poured himself a goblet of black wine. The dark liquid swirled ominously in the glass, reflecting the eerie light of the throne of shadows. At that moment, a trembling demon approached, bowing deep. "My lord, is there anything you need?" he asked, nervously. Grimzark took a slow sip of his wine and then addressed the demon. "Have you found out who defeated Behemoth?" His voice was cold and menacing, making the demon shiver. The demon hesitated, then replied, "It was a human." This piqued Grimzark's interest, and he waited for the demon to continue. The demon added, "He calls himself Han Seojin, my lord. He has a Cerberus and a Hydra accompanying him." Grimzark, the Abyssal Lord, leaned back in his throne, a thoughtful smile curling on his lips. "A Cerberus and a Hydra," he mused, his voice low and dangerous. "That human must be incredibly strong to command such powerful beings." His eyes gleamed with a new, intense interest. "Han Seojin, you say? This could be very intriguing." He turned to the trembling demon, his smirk widening. "Find out where this human is. I want to know his location immediately. It seems I may not be bored for much longer." The demon nodded quickly and began to scurry off, eager to fulfill the new command. Grimzark watched him go, his thoughts already racing with the possibilities of meeting this formidable human. As the demon disappeared into the shadows, Grimzark rose from his throne, the anticipation in his dark eyes growing. "Han Seojin," he repeated with a chilling excitement. "Prepare yourself."
Abandoned vehicles, and it was starting to take its toll. The weight of debris from the horde had lodged itself into the undercarriage, making each movement feel heavier. More undead swarmed, slamming their decayed fists against the reinforced glass. Some even threw themselves at the JLTV, their bodies scraping down the sides as they clawed desperately at the armored plating. The windows held firm, but the pounding was relentless. If they kept this up, something was bound to give. "Damn it," Thomas muttered. He needed to get out of this mess fast. His eyes darted across the environment, searching for an escape route. The streets were too congested with wreckage to speed through, without risking a complete mechanical failure. The horde was growing, forming a near-impenetrable wall of bodies ahead. Even the .50 caliber wasn't keeping up with their numbers anymore. Then he saw it, a basement parking entrance, a partially open ramp leading underground. Without hesitation, Thomas yanked the wheel and veered hard toward it. The JLTV bounced violently as it sped onto the ramp, the reinforced tires plowing through another layer of undead in its path. The basement entrance was wide enough to fit, but the sharp turn scraped the side of the vehicle against the concrete wall, sending sparks flying. Once inside, he barely had time to react. More zombies were already making their way toward the entrance, filling the open ramp behind him. Thomas pulled his M9 Beretta from its holster and rolled down the window just enough to aim, and squeezed the trigger. The round struck the electronic panel controlling the parking gate. Sparks erupted as the panel shorted out, and the heavy metal gate groaned loudly as it jerked downward. The zombies charging toward him were just seconds away. Thomas held his breath. The gate slammed shut just as the first few undead reached it, cutting them off from him completely. A loud thud followed as bodies